They say roses are red, violets are blue. Sometimes it don't be like that, and sometimes it do. This is a crazy story that I couldn't make up even if I tried. Now, I don't want to create any drama because I don't really care, so I'm not going to put anybody's name in this, but the story is so crazy that it would be dumb of me not to tell the internet what has happened over the past year. Now, honestly, what I wouldn't mind is your opinions in the comments, like actual constructive comments. I wanted to part out the car or to sell it as a whole, but it's so close. I think I could also fix the car, make content on it. I've gotten pretty close to giving up on this car. I've owned this car for almost 8 years now, 7 years. It's been bad pretty much the whole way, and this really puts the cherry on top. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Should I get the car back? Should we rescue it? Here we go. Buckle up, I guess. All right, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this influencer style with a microphone. I just glued that there and it smells like toxic. Well, you don't even want to tell me what my mic looked like a dude in a rock band in like the 80s. I kind of feel like sometimes that OF model that she had to go to the hospital because she got railed by so many dudes. I feel like I need to go to the hospital because I keep getting railed by so many shops. Maybe it's my fault, I don't know. First off, I want to say thank you guys so much for your immediate support for us at Black Tie Detailing, dude. Like I said, it's not a gimmick and it's not a cash grab. I know a lot of influencers, like the first thing they do is they try and figure out a way to drop ship something and just make a quick buck on it. But this is something we've been passionate about for a long time. So I want to thank you guys so much. The car colognes, they did sell out. We are going to do a pre-order on them, essentially a back order. So if you place an order with the car cologne, you can order them today. It's gonna be, the lead time is a couple weeks. In order to say thank you for your patience in the pre-order process, we're gonna email you guys a discount after so that you guys can continue shopping and use a discount later. So we just wanna say thank you for your patience on that. We know like pre-ordering stuff kind of sucks. It's interesting because like we just hopped into this, don't know quantities, and like it's been the most challenging and most faith-busting thing we've ever done. But here we are, we're still going. So if you'd like to support us, especially with all that I'm about to tell you, you can grab some stuff at blacktiedetailing.com. It's the best car care you can get. It's not just influencer made. It is made by a detailer and by a car enthusiast for car enthusiasts. Use my experience so that you don't have to have any. Second thing is we're doing buy one, get one free for t-shirts. So we have a lot of t-shirts because my other trailer almost burned down on the way to LZ World Tour. We weren't able to sell stuff at World Tour. Now we are overly stocked. So we're gonna do buy one, get one free. We've got several different designs. Our t-shirts are the comfiest in the biz. Good quality merch and apparel. Not sponsored by these guys yet, maybe, I don't know. That'd be kind of cool. Your boy needs a sponsor. Anyways, let's go and talk about this year. Guys, it has been a whirlwind of a year. A lot of stuff has happened and I've gotten screwed in a lot of ways. And I tend to put myself maybe in it. Maybe it's my fault, maybe it's not, maybe it's life lesson, maybe it's God just telling me I got better things coming for you, but right now I'm gonna use you for a lesson. So I'll give you guys, I've never told you guys this, but to get this car back, this was my first, not even set of nightmares, but you guys probably have deduced that it was kind of dramatic getting the car back. The owner who asked me to work with him and promote with him, and I asked to get my car back to start testing it, he threatened me with a lawyer, and I had to show up with like 34 grand in cash to get this. So that was a big Scrooge. That was pretty much our entire motorsports budget for the season. So that's kind of put us in an interesting spot. Not complaining, by the way, but I've never told you guys this. So 30-some grand later, and now it's been officially 5 full months I've had the car back, and I'm still chasing issues. I had it retuned, and it's just been a cluster. So that's the first thing, but I'll go ahead and go back. The R33. Now, this has been a car that's been on my channel for a really long time that a lot of you guys I know love, and it's the car that I've owned the longest out of any vehicle I've ever owned, actually. There is an actual dump truck, I think, about to dump. Oh yeah, and now my dogs are going crazy. You guys want to hear this real quick? Listen, hold on. Dogs, shut up. That's how it's done. What is happening? A lot of money, time, effort has been spent on the R33, but it's never really gotten anywhere. I've owned the car the longest, and it's the car that I've driven the least out of anything in my fleet. Always had some sort of issue, and it's been down since 2019. So the car has been a huge toss-up and a big runaround for me, and it's been just a lot to deal with. I'm not going to name any names in this whole scenario because it doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, I'm not here to make anybody look bad. I'm just going to tell you guys the truth of what happened. The R33, a little over a year ago, this company that we were working with at the time, they were like, hey, you know, they kind of had like three of my cars, and they're like, hey, we wanted to start working in RV stuff. Like, we'd love to take your car, and we'd love to tune it and finish it. So I dropped it off. It was July 4th. I remember it to the day. July 4th, they were about to tune it. I get a picture from them, and it's the trunk of my R33 completely crushed. They were using something to prop it up, and one of the frontmen, or one of the office people, went back there and apparently slammed it with the strength of Hulk, and bent the hell out of it. And unfortunately, everything R33 sedan is unobtainium, especially if it's not rusted. My car is 38,000 miles, zero rust. You can't find the parts for that car anywhere in the world now. It's kind of sad. They offered to replace it, but I was like, can't do that. There's literally no trunks. Even in Japan, had the trunk fixed, repatched, and repainted. So I was already kind of on a bad start. So I'm gonna fast forward. This is either January or February. I get a text from the owner saying, hey, we left your car outside. We're about to tune it. The car was left outside, and a neighbor full yeet reversed into the front end of the car. Now, I don't know if you guys understand how expensive, even with the Heritage program, GTR parts are very expensive. You wouldn't believe it if you saw it. I've been trying to sell the car running, but how it's running, whatever it is, whatever the shop did to it, because apparently it runs worse now than it did when I dropped it off. Selling the car for 25 grand. For reference, the damage done was $35,000. This was actually when they stopped the appraisal, and this was from the insurance side, not even mine. Somebody backed into the car. Again, it really wasn't my problem to have, in my professional opinion, because it happened on your property. It's your negligence, and it was against, your neighbor. So it's like, in my mind, it should be your neighbor's insurance versus your insurance, and you guys should sort it out and get me taken care of without having to involve me. That's not how it went. I find out later, after just answering a ton of questions and being bombarded with trying to figure this out, it was against her insurance, which I will say it was in Progressive, and I have never had a worse experience with. I've dealt a lot with insurance. Progressive is by far the worst. You have Progressive, it might be good for you, but it's horrible for everybody else, including shops. So the car gets junked. It takes a while for things to start kicking off. I want to say it was a couple months. I have screenshots and pictures, and I have all the texts and stuff. I start getting calls from Progressive. I think it was like mid-March. This is a crazy story, guys. You literally can't make this up. So I get reached out to set up the claim. They wanted me to bring them pictures. They wanted me to be there in person. I'm like, okay, the shop's an hour away from me. I don't have the car. It shouldn't be against me anyways, because we're not using my insurance, because I'm not going to total the car. The car's not technically totaled. It still has a Texas clean title, so it was never on my insurance. But they just needed pictures and a walk around video, and so two of them were helping me with that, and that was all I said. They finished that part, and then once you submit the claim with all the pictures, what they're supposed to do is they're supposed to continue asking you intentional and important questions, which I was left out of all of them, because I think they then thought the shop that had the car was the one taking care of it, even though I had never signed off on that. I had just said, hey, you guys take the pictures for me, take the videos. Oh my gosh, this is where it gets a little frustrating. And so at one point in time, the front man, and I liked all the people at the shop, I feel like I had a good relationship with them. I gave them more than enough grace, but it's like, I was still on good terms. I'm a nice person. I'm too nice of a person, to be honest, but Jesus was kind and loving. He also flipped tables when you needed to flip tables, and I'm about to get some damn tables flipped. These guys sort of fronted the whole thing. I never signed off for them to continue the whole process, but they did. One day he had mentioned like, hey, we usually like to use this shop. I almost want to say the shop's name. It is a Hale something in Dallas, and the owner is this. We know him, and we think we know he does good work. And my only response to him at that time was, as long as the car comes back to me as I dropped it off to you. I even said that to the shop owners. And to this day, they've not blocked me on Instagram, but like they unfollowed me and they ghosting me, and it's been really frustrating. Like I don't know. They choose this shop, and I had no idea the timeline of any of this. The shop chooses the Hale place. Progressive is working with the shop to get the car to the Hale place. I had no idea when everything was going to happen or how long it was going to take. Next thing I know, the car had already been to this Hale place almost 2 weeks, and I was just in awe. I was like, okay, this is news to me. I didn't realize it was anywhere. First off, the first thing was it did go to a shop that I did not sign off on, which is not inherently wrong, but I didn't sign off on it, and I get screwed because of this, and it cost me a lot of money. For the record, this cost us a lot of money that we already don't have, because 35 grand went to this. It's been a very discouraging little bit, guys, especially as we're starting a company trying to actually make money for once and for a change. It's been hard. Cars at the shop, I finally get another call from Progressive. She had called me and said, said, hey, we already have parts on the way. And no, you don't. Because if you guys don't remember, this car is full GTR front end swap. And GTR parts are ever so slightly different than GTT parts. But the car is a GTS 25T. And I made it very clear to the shop guy that I was talking to and Progressive that I was like, you guys need to talk to me before anything's ordered. You're going to order the wrong things and it's going to cost everybody money. So next thing I know, parts are already en route. They ordered the incorrect headlight. They ordered the incorrect fender, and they were about to order the incorrect hood. The headlights on GTRs are barely different, and it really sucks because sedan headlights are like $500. The GTR headlights, they're about $3,000 a piece, and it's the non-projector ones. They ordered the wrong parts without my consent, and I finally gotten a hold of the Hail guy, which I was trying to be as kind as, it's like, I always try to be as kind as I can. And so I'm like, listen, you've been placed in this situation. You have this car that I didn't even know was there. It's my car. Also, the parts that you guys are ordering are definitely wrong. And he's like, no, I don't think they're wrong. I'm going to let them get here and then test fit them or whatever, and then see where we can go from there. I was like, I promise you, guarantee you, I've done this for a long time and I know more about the GTR and the Skyline than you do. So I didn't say that, of course, but I did say, I promise you it's gonna be the wrong parts. Next thing I do is I find every single part that Progressive themselves had claimed needed to be replaced. And so because they claimed that the whole front bumper assembly, the radiator support, the headlight, which the bumper assembly is 3 total pieces, by the way. Front fender. They had mentioned something about the side skirt and then the hood. So I was supposed to get a hood out of all this, but there's like six to seven things. There's a few more things in there that they gotten jumbled around. And I haven't even seen the car, by the way. I send a list and say, pause everything. Do not do anything until you guys review this and get a correct estimate on everything, because I don't want anybody's time or money to be wasted here. And again, I'm thinking about everybody because I always do that. It's just me, and maybe that's my fault, and maybe I'm a bad guy for that. It takes, so we get it takes about a week for them to get back to me. And for the record, Hail and body places charge storage fees the longer that the insurance companies take. The insurance company is literally in no rush. I wish I had the means to file a lawsuit against Progressive because they're really the ones that cost me a ton of money. I want to say we hear back in like a week or two. They're finally escalating it up the thing because it's more expensive than they thought. And I was like, I told you. It goes to the highest person, which was their like, I don't know if it's their manager, but it was like the person overseeing the department of like the claims area. So he goes on vacation for either a week or two while the storage fees are racking up, for the record, and nothing's being done. And then after that person gets back, I don't hear from them at all. Like nothing's going on. I'm in the dark. I'm trying to communicate to Hail service person. I'm like, dude, I'm in the dark. I don't know what to do. And he's trying to like back end charge me to just come pick the car up, and he wanted like $5 or $6 grand at this point. I'm like, dude, it's not my fault the car's there. I didn't choose you, and I'm not the one keeping the car there. It's also state law. I can't charge me storage unless the car is released in the insurance process. There's a lot of legalities here that I mean, I have a very strong lawsuit I could probably do here, but it's like, what's the time worth, you know? When did I get the new trailer? I got a new trailer, and I get a call going down that day. So it was right before Atlanta. It's right before I went to Atlanta Grid Life. The beginning of May. This is the beginning of May, the very first time I'm hearing any update from this manager person that has gone on vacations, taking their sweet time. They've allegedly negotiated constantly, but Hail person is not budging in his pricing. He's like, yeah, at this point, he's accumulated $10,000 worth of storage fees. I'm like, okay, let me back up, kick my Sprite, explain to you guys real quick what happened here. Car's damage was above $30,000. The policy limit is supposed to be used towards fixing the car. At this point, I get a call from this manager person saying that is ready to be paid out. However, Hail person not budging on he said $10,000 on the phone. I was like, that's crazy, because he told me like $3,000 last week. I think it was like $3,000. It was less, but it was like backdoor deal where you get a void. I don't know. It's just freaking nuts, dude. I immediately hop off the phone with Progressive and I call the owner of this Hail person. I was like, hey, what the hell's going on here? Like, where did this massive number come from? You told me last week, or it was like 2 weeks ago, it was like $3,000, $4,000 that would settle it, because he hasn't done anything. He did maybe $500 worth of work, and that's itemized on the thing. So now he is being an He's pissed off that the car is at his shop. I don't want my car at his shop. I wanted Progressive to get the car away from his shop months ago. Like, we've been fighting for this the whole time. We're like, get us paid out so we can just figure it out ourselves. Because the dude took vacation time. Now I am responsible for paying the storage fee that Mr. Mans at the Hail service, which, by the way, I mean, it's astronomical money that he's charging for this. Like, I mean, it's something that he only charges because he knows insurance companies are paying it. That payout out was supposed to go towards the car getting fixed. I ended up having to pay, I want to say $12,000 or $13,000 to get the car back, still broken. So at this point, I talked to the owners of the shop where it got crashed at. I'm like, listen guys, you've put me in an awful spot here. You guys have cost my family a lot of money. This is not something we asked for, and we asked that you make it right. Ghosted. Nothing. I've heard nothing. So I contacted my friend, and thank God, the guy that was at the hail service, he was like, somebody's got to be here before 12 tomorrow or I'm going to start racking up the things again. I'm like, dude, this guy was truly a dick. He was nothing but rude to me. Thank God, one of my friends, Ashton Morales from Rapscallion, he's parted out a few of my cars, sold some stuff. I was like, dude, I need to call in a Hail Mary favor. Can somebody go pick this car up tomorrow? Because I had to go to Atlanta. I physically couldn't go get the car. And then of course the trailer that had my winch on it is totaled. I couldn't use it anymore, like it's gone. So I need a favor or I'm even more screwed. I'm already 12,000 something in the hole. This guy could really start doing some damage here. So thankfully Ashton, he goes and gets it. Like he moves some things around. So it's like, I'm super grateful for people like that. It's like, there's not many people that would at least do that, even if they're paid for. So yeah, the car's still, the motor's great. The car's still honestly fine. It's just the issue is the damage. If you were to replace everything, it's expensive. Parts for RBs are very expensive. Like for the engine, that I have like eight grand in receipts. The engine has like 2 or 3 hours, 4 hours running on it. The PS Deuce kit, unobtainium. You cannot buy the PS Deuce sedan kit anymore, which is crazy to me. But yeah, it's like the front end, like the front lip on the car. I told you guys this before, but it's a genuine Type 3 lip. Before the Heritage program reintroduced them, which you still can't get them, they were about 3 to 4 grand. That lip alone was cut in half from Japan. Now with Heritage, it's about the lip itself is still about $1,500 shipped to the US. All the stuff that's happened, man, it's like, I don't want to say this to be sappy. I think it's important though that you guys get a little bit of insight into what's happened in my life in the past year. And I don't do it to ask for like sympathy or anything. It's just like, you guys wouldn't believe it. And I'm really ready for some retribution and for some blessings in return, because it gets exhausting. And it's hard. Like I have a wife and 2 kids, 2 and a 4-year-old, dude. If it was just me, sure, whatever. But this is affecting my kids' lives. This is affecting my wife's life. Like, that was money that my family needed. That's gone now. And it's really tough, dude. It's really tough. And I want to use myself more as an example than as a source of like don't feel sorry for me. I'm not asking for that. Don't do it. It's been a hard year of trust, and in a positive way. It's helped me dial in who I can trust and what to look for and trust. And also it's helped me be more prepared. God works in crazy ways. You have Job, you have Jonah, you have Daniel in the lion's den. You've got the story of Joseph, David, who was oppressed constantly, and then one day turns king. I still serve that same God, and it's been tough, but I still believe that, and I still live that out every day. I am not gonna lie, dude. It's been really tough to have that mentality, steadfastness, and that grit. I want you guys to know that if you're going through something really tough and you're quiet about it, just know you're not alone. There's a lot of stuff like this. Like we've gone, this has been 6 months straight of what really has felt like hell on earth. All while trying to start a company, all while raising a 2 and a 4-year-old. So I want you guys to know you're not ever alone. The best thing you can do if you feel alone, pray to God, Jesus Christ, no other God. I would not be here if I did not finally set my selfish desires down this year. Once we sold the house, if I didn't set my selfishness aside and say, God, what do you want out of me now? Because clearly I was doing the wrong thing. He will answer you. If you're willing to listen, and you know what? He's going to answer you in ways you don't want to hear a lot of times. There's a verse in Proverbs that says, an inheritance given too early will not be blessed. And so what I've really seen for this past year for us and my family, we saw a bunch of blessing. We saw a bunch of money before, but we did the wrong things with it and we weren't ready. And God used that season in our life to show us how we weren't ready and what to be and how to be different and what to do better next time, if and when the time comes. And I believe it will. I just need you guys to know you're not alone. If you feel obliged, we would be really appreciative of it and for the support through Black Tie, and take advantage of the sale. I got links for you guys in the description. Hopefully this wasn't too loud. I'm gonna get as close as I can right now and let you guys know I love you. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.